The body feels absolutely gorgeous. It's affordable guitar time. I've got 4 Jet guitars here that in this video I'm going to unbox, I'm going to play, and I'm going to review. So we'll start off with the most affordable and go up to the most deluxe, the premier, but still affordable. This one is the JT300. I've also got the JT350, the JJ350, and the JS800 Relic. These have come direct from Jet Guitars. I am very curious to see what they look like inside. The JT300 is J for Jet and T for, yep, you guessed it, T-style or Telecaster, which I can say. I'm not sure Jet can. And it's pink! Look at that! Wowee! Right, I think that's a roasted maple neck. Let's open that up. No, let's put it on the other camera. We've got some goodies, a guitar cable which will get you started, and some Allen keys for adjusting the setup, should it need one. Ready, steady, ta-da! Oh! Tasty silica gel. I can say that since I first... Wow, that is light. Since I first unboxed the first Jet guitar, which was also a T-style. Whoops, I've taken the knob off. Their packing has improved. Not that there was anything wrong with it to begin with, but that is certainly better than how I received the first batch. Okay, first impressions. The frets are great. They're there, but they're not sharp. They're not poking out in any way. The neck, there's plenty of it, but it's not thick. It's definitely in somewhere medium sort of territory. The color is stunning. This one is going to set you back around 180 euros. It's got a 3-way switch, a master volume, and a master tone, which everything turns nicely, everything switches nicely. That's not the best switch I've ever used. It could be a bit more sturdy, but it'll work. Let's flip it over. We've got a Jet Guitars engraved neck plate, which is a nice little touch. The neck joint on that looks superb. Everything so far, tip-top condition. This neck is extremely comfy. I can't wait to play this. By the way, sound samples will come after I've unboxed them all. There'll be chapters in the video description. You should be able to skip to the part that you want. Nice. Don't ever deliver a guitar in tune, by the way. Non-locking tuners, but they seem like kidney beanish. I'll do the tuning once we've got everything unboxed. And yeah, how are the strings? Yeah, there's a little bit of scratchy fret there, but for 180 bucks, that is a guitar. Right, let's unbox the next one, the JT350, and see how it's different. This one has quite a jump up in price because it's the JT350 Relic. Again, we've got the same pack, cable and Allen keys. Open the guitar up. Wow. Okay, so it's a satiny finish because of the Relic. That is actually pretty good. And same sort of situation with the... No, that is far different. No, that's the same switch. Everything feels good. Hey, more surprise silica gel. I've never seen that in a guitar before. Okay, the neck feels the same sort of profile, but it's much, much smoother. It feels much nicer than the 300, although the 300 was good. The whole body... Oh, we have a cutaway. Sort of a different heel, a more modern, more accessible heel. And then you can see that. It's got kind of a almost PRS thing going on. So it's stringed through. Again, there's dust everywhere. It is relicked in a, I want to say, rather tasteful way. Big major difference, of course, is the humbucker at the neck. So I'm thinking Keith Richards style. That was a terrible Keith Richards. We've got vintage style tuners, which should be an upgrade from the 300. Specs are on screen, by the way, so you can read those. I won't bore you with all of them. Everything feels great. Really pleased with that. They've gone a long way with relicking this, and I think they've done a good job. Really looking forward to plugging that in and getting out some riffs. It's obviously not in tune. It shouldn't be. Glad it isn't. The next one is the JJ300, with the second J standing for jazz through this little bubble wrap. Let's do a full guitar reveal. Come on. Behave. Ready? Ta-da! That is super shiny. You can probably see all my cameras and all my things that I don't want you to see. That is glossy as heck. It's got that lovely little belly cut for when we get a little bit older. Oh, I love that. That carve just there for the arm is gorgeous. That just fits. I'm big into that. As I've said, I'm a big fan of offsets, particularly this sort of offset. And I love the budget ones because people tend to get like quirky. More secret silica. There we go. Right, knob, switch, sorry. So, we've got a switch down there, switching between the two humbuckers. We've got a volume, we've got a tone, we've got an output jack, and we've got a 𝗬𝗎𝗪𝗡 style bridge, but it is stringed through and they're staggered. Wow, okay, so you've probably seen that already. There we go, focus please, thank you all. That is very encouraging. That is the sign of a guitar being designed rather than pricing up all the parts and throwing them together to make something that looks like a Jazzmaster. That's exciting. We've got I think all these neck plates are engraved with jet. I love thick necks and don't get on well with modern Cs. That is not a modern C, but it's not going to put off people that like modern C. That's something, a 60s C, maybe like an oval C. That nut is cut extremely well. I can't wait to plug this in. Get some behind the bridge noises. All right, I know I'm speeding through this unboxing, but I'm so excited to get to the next one, which is the JS800 Relic. But that, looks-wise, is going to take a lot of beating. I think that is stunning. Oh, kind of sad that I'm on the last one. I'm really enjoying unboxing these. Can I quash that sadness? Oh, yes, I can. This is a power guitar, this is. So it's a Relic again. The headstock is more super-y, so this has got a bit of a point on it. Super Stratty. Is this a Super Strat? Oh, look at that. Oh, the body feels absolutely gorgeous. Come on, let's get that off. Let's see if we've got any super secret silica gel. Oh no, denied. No silica gel. It's come out, it's in the case or in the box. Oh, boo. Don't worry, still got a nice guitar. Right, the first thing that comes to mind is that is light as heck, which is unusual for a budget style guitar. How budget is it, in fact? Hang on. So this one's around 489 euros, which is about 300 more than the JS300 I showed at the beginning. Is it worth 300 more? I mean, if you want a Strat style, absolutely, because the other one's a Tele style. That's a beautiful looking instrument. They've gone almost full on the relicing as well. Maybe too far? I'm not sure. What do you think? I'm enjoying the relicing on it. I'm not sure about the output jack being so rusty. Everything else, I'm down with. I love that knob. That knob is rounded off at the top. That's wonderful. That's great fun. Then on the back, we've got... Yeah, I think that's tasteful. Loving the access joint on the heel there and the lower bout. Very similar to the JS350 Relic. Yeah, light as heck. I like the relicing, but like the bridge plate and the saddles are not rusty at all, but the screws are here. Then we've got a pick guard, which is slightly yellowed and slightly scratched up. We've got a knob that is rounded off at the top. I really dig that. Then, unusually for a Strat, we've got a three-way switch, a super relict output jack, and then neck is not relict at all. There's no relicing going on there whatsoever. And then we've got a really nice headstock on that. I really dig that. And then the tuners are also not relict, but they are darker than, it looks silly with shiny chrome ones. I'm glad they've done that. And then we've got rusty screws and rusty ferrules, which is a favourite word of mine. Haven't used that in a while. I am dying to plug that in and have a go on it and play some rock and roll through my katana, because I've gone for katana today rather than expensive tube amp, because I think that relates more to the series of guitars that I'm playing. So what you're going to see next is me going back to the JS300 and tuning it up, talking about the tuning experience, then playing it. And I'll do that for every guitar. Then at the end, I can show you my favorite one once I've played them. I think I might know which one it is. And then you can help me decide, actually, because one of them is staying here on the channel. One of them I get to use in future videos. So let me know in the comments section. Not yet. You've got to hear them first. Let me know which one you think you would like to see more of on the channel. Right, let's go back. I'll see you in a little bit. Tuning up the JT300 was an absolute breeze. There are no string sticking issues, nothing going wrong whatsoever. The nut is cut absolutely beautifully. The tuners themselves, there's a little bit of drop when you go down, but as soon as you bring it back up and give it some more tension, that fixes itself straight away. So I don't expect these to slip. The vintage style telly bridge does give a few intonation problems on the lower strings, but I kind of expected that. And frankly, the intonation is great until you get to that E and that A, which probably could be sorted with just a turn of a screwdriver. In fact, I am just going to quickly adjust that intonation so it sounds good. I haven't got to do any major setup. The truss rod is great. Nothing that I think isn't pretty normal for a brand new guitar. Right, that's good enough for me. It's pretty darn good, actually, out of the box. Right, let's play it unplugged just to hear what it sounds like without an amplifier. This is the vocal mic, which is just up there. That's probably hard for you to hear, but for me, it sounds like it should around that price. It's not overly loud, it's not quiet, there's no buzzing or anything. However, I feel that with some really good strings on there, with a bit more tension, that would really come alive. Time for some amps. I'm going to do clean, I'm going to do drive, and yeah, we'll get enough that I think I can judge the sounds with every pickup setting. It works. There's zero technical issues. It sounds pretty nice as well. The bridge is quite bright, but nice and snappy. The neck is lacking a bit of definition, in my opinion, and I'm okay with that because of the price. But I really like the middle position. And it's staying in tune beautifully. Zero tuning issues. Let's just check that tone knob. Lots happening and quite a lot of the travel of that. So sometimes you get most of the tone happening in either the first 30% or the last 30%. It's almost all across the board good. Well done, Jet Guitars. That's unusual in a guitar of this price. Right, let's crunch it up. Yes, it has that open rawness of a telly. This is where the bridge is really coming alive. That's a good sounding guitar. I really like the bridge pickup. I'm not so keen on the neck pickup, but perfectly good. It does what it needs to do. It's darker and it's more acoustic. With a bit of adjustment, I probably would like it. Top points on the, the smoothness of the knobs, and also all that travel in that tone knob. Brilliant. I kind of want to stay with it. I don't want to put it away, but we're going to. I'm going to move on to the 350 Relic. Oh, gonna miss you. Okay, so similar story to the JT300 On this, the JT350 Relic, the tuners are more stable, which means they're a little stiffer to turn as well. The intonation needed a little bit of tweaking, more so on this, and the action on this is higher than on the JT300. However, no sticking. The nut is cut perfectly, pretty close. I don't want to say perfectly. Everything else feels great, so I'm really excited to try this humbucker. Yeah, this is a nicer feeling guitar than the JT300. The neck, it says on the specs the neck is modern C. That doesn't feel like modern C to me. There's more meat there. That is louder than the JT300. There's more vibrancy, more energy, and I would expect so as well, because this is closer to 500 than 200. So it's more than double the price of the JT300. I'm going to stop faffing and get on that neck pickup. We'll do the same settings on the Boss Katana. So channel 1 clean first. Ooh, good news. The pickups are balanced. So I was a little worried that because we've got a humbucker in the neck, the bridge was going to sound a bit weedy and weak. It doesn't. That's good news. I want to play it straight on the Crunch channel because I want to get that neck going. That's a surprise, because I prefer the bridge pickup over the neck pickup, even though I was really looking forward to you. That is absolutely rocking, and the neck pickup sounds a little bit too dark for me, which of course we can adjust with the EQ on the amp. But I was expecting not as... It's fuzzy, I like it. I like it more now, hang on. This needs new strings. The strings are quite floppy on it, and I feel that this should... I'm pretty sure it's 9 to 42, and I think it should be 10 to 46 on something like this. Something more tension so you can really rasp it. In fact, I've got to do some sort of Keith Richards thing. Let's try that. Hang on. That's fun. I've backed the gain right off on the amp because that is a big old sounding pickup. Sounds great. Feels great. I was a bit worried the strings are going to be too floppy, and they are a little bit on that low E, which is now a D. So I, again, would vote for putting this 10 to 46 at least on this guitar. I was a bit worried that I wasn't going to like this because I had the sort of intonation settings at the beginning, and I thought the 300 was better. But the 300 is definitely a T style. This is a hot T style. So if you're thinking of getting this one, you need to be wanting a hot T. And with that little cutaway up there, I dig it. It's just kind of, for me, missing a little curve just there. That would be cool for me. As for the rest of it, this feels like an upgrade from the JT300, but not quite 300 euros more, not quite like double the price. It is string through, but I've noticed there's some wood inside the string holes there, so that would need to be cleaned out a little bit. Overall, I'm a little disappointed by this, but with a little bit of work, it would be phenomenal. And I'm not talking work you need to take it to a shop for. I mean, just little cleanup jobs that you could do yourself. There you go. Already better. Improved it by 0.5% there. The neck feels great, though. I don't want to put it down again, but I'm going to. I'm going to move on to the JJ300. This is exciting for me. I misspoke. JJ350. So definitely an offset Jazzmaster style. Don't need to tell you that. Let's just get straight into the sound, shall we? Right, straight off, I think that has the widest range of tones available to it, but still stays within one sort of characteristic. I don't know what that means. What I mean is, I think I prefer humbucker guitars sometimes. I feel it's more predictable than the other guitars that I've played so far, the T-Styles. This one took more setting up than the others. And the ceramic pickups, we've also got this Tune-o-matic. I'm pushing that saddle right as far as it will go in that direction. And I think we could have had that just a little bit, the whole thing just a little bit further that way. That being said, I forgive it because it's gorgeous. And I don't like having black guitars on the channel because they reflect everything, especially black glossy ones. So there's my other guitars over there. You can see them. Yeah, the neck feels the same as the JTs, so I assume it is the same neck because it's the same headstock. Roasted maple, basswood body, I think. And then we've got volume and tone, a three-way switch. There's nothing not to like, especially at this price. Crunch time! Bridge, then neck, then middle. This has got bite, it's got growl, it's aggressive, and this neck pickup sounds like what I wanted the JT350 to sound like. So it's not dull or dark in any way. There's still a lot of raspness there. Let's just check out the tone pot. I'm not sure I did that for the JT350, by the way. Sorry. Let's do it clean. Where are we? There we go. There we go. Less change in that top end up there. Yeah, more is in the bottom end. Again, with more affordable guitars, the parts can have a higher tolerance, meaning that they're not all going to sound the same. However, I think this is a great power chord guitar and raspy threshing guitar that also will do probably some nice blues. Yet again, I don't want to stop playing it. I could play that for hours, which is a great sign when reviewing a guitar, even if the strings are a little bit floppy for me. It is, however, the most comfortable of the guitars so far, which is an extremely old man thing to say. I bought that guitar because it was the most comfortable to play, but it is. It hugs the body. Neck pickup, beautifully warm, yet still clear, and then bridge pickup, clear, can be brash, but not harsh. And if it is too harsh, the tone knob does a great job of warming it up a little bit. Yeah, everything's okay. Not okay. Everything's great. And I was going to say everything's okay for the price. It's not. Everything's great. Everything's also great for the price. It is 350-ish euros, and I think for that money, you're getting a lot of guitar. If this had block inlays, I would be absolutely screaming from the rooftops. But if it had block inlays, that would push the price up. And I'd rather keep it at just under 350 with these dots, which are perfectly fine. I just have a thing for block inlays. Right, let's go all the way to the top of the chain now for the JS800 Relic. So, the JS800, an extremely light guitar. It's beautifully weighted. It tuned great. These are the best tuners so far, which they should be because this guitar is just over 500 euros. The neck is definitely different because the headstock's a different shape. The neck feels, again, a little bit more time has been spent on it. Not necessarily. This feels like a modern C. Now, that's what I'd call a modern C. It's a little bit slimmer than the others, which lends to this sort of faster, kind of more shreddery look. The more I look at it, the less it reminds me of a Strat. Because yes, we have a Strat style body, but we've got a three-way pickup selector, just one volume pot, no tone, got a humbucker at the bridge and a single coil at the neck. I'm interested to know how those are going to balance. And then we've got a hard tail, which reminds me more of a sort of telly, a six-saddle telly. And then round on the back, it is string through, but there's nothing going on there. So this could be a Tom DeLonge Strat. You know what I mean? A distressed Tom DeLonge Strat. And then this access thing here, that's great. That's a nice addition. All right, let's plug it. Well, let's hear it unplugged first, sorry. Oh, not quite in tune, but that is the loudest of the guitars so far. Okay, I think it's quite aggressive. Let's go clean and see what that sounds like. That is a wonderful surprise. These are Alnico magnet pickups in here. The other guitars have been ceramic so far. And I'm not really a fan of ceramic magnets, but this is where I feel at home. So to me, that sounds now like we've jumped up in a level of quality, which is not always the case. It's just that I prefer the sound of Alnicos. Anyway, it's a great playing guitar. It's a great sounding guitar. I want to hear that with a bit more high gain. So let's get some crunch first, and then I'll go higher gain on this because I want to thrash on that bridge pickup. Great again. It doesn't sound like a Strat, even on the neck pickup. So it sounds more like Brian May's Red Special, like it's really hot, or it sounds hot. I love the sound. I love the feel. It's matte. It's nice and satiny soft. The neck could be a bit more satin for me. Just a bit of scum on there. Yeah, with the satinness of the body, that's still a bit too shiny for my liking, but still a phenomenal guitar. Right, I can't do the tone roll off because there is no tone. Let's get some sort of punky sound on the katana and do some bridge pickup thrashing. It does it. What does that do? I like it. Right. I've had enough sound samples. I hope you have. I'm going to round up this review, tell you which one is my favorite, and let you know which one I think is the best value for money as well. This was the surprise because it's the cheapest guitar in the video and has the best fret ends of all the guitars in the video. It already has a roasted maple neck. The tuners are solid. The sounds are passable to good. The only thing I don't like really is this switch is not the best switch I've ever seen. You could definitely bend that if you pushed it too hard. So I'd love to see Jet Guitars upgrade that. And if they did, this would be one of the best budget guitars currently available on the market. Links in the video description. Moving on to the JT350 Relic. A little bit of a disappointment. I loved this when I first saw it at a guitar show. It also has a roasted maple neck. It's had a bit more attention to it. I like the pickups. I love the sound, but it's 300 euros-ish more than the JT300. And I would like to see this come in a little bit cheaper. It's still an okay to great guitar, but it's not the best value for money, that's for sure. It's the same switch as the JT300. Everything feels nice. It's a nice feeling guitar. It's a great playing guitar. The fret ends could be better. It needs to be cheaper to really be highly recommended. But maybe, yeah, if you fall in love with it, you're going to get a great guitar. However, I would take the JT300 over this and maybe relic it myself. The JJ350 is my favorite guitar of the bunch. It's the one that feels the most designed, the one that feels the most unique. They've taken this Jazzmaster offset shape and they've made it their own and done some things that they could have easily not done and not made it as cool. So the string through with the staggered ferrules, I love. Double humbuckers, they sound great. The roasted maple neck, it's got everything that you should be looking for in an offset budget guitar. There's only one thing I don't really like, and that's the position of this switch, because if you're really going to be razzing that hard, you might accidentally snap it off, which I have done with other guitars in my past. Where else would you put it? Possibly up here, Les Paul style, but it's fine there. You just have to make sure you don't hit it. Yeah, I really like this. So this is a strong contender for the guitar that I think should stay on the channel. I, of course, want to know your opinion in the comments section. Which one of these four guitars would you like to see more of in the future? The JS800 is the lightest guitar of the bunch, but it feels way lighter. It's also the most expensive. It, of course, has a roasted maple neck, as they all do, but this one feels slightly better quality than the other three. The relic work I like. If that's not your thing, then of course you shouldn't be going for this guitar. But if you are looking for a guitar that does not look expertly relicked, but is certainly a budget guitar that's done an okay to pretty good job of being relicked, then you should definitely go for this. If you're into super stratty stuff, but you want something that looks like a Strat, like really looks like a Strat, but then also really doesn't, this could be for you. If you're into punk and power pop punk and things like that, this is a strong contender over, say, the Fender Tom DeLonge. I really love the sound of this guitar. It's aggressive, it's bright, but it's also, you know, on that neck pickup, it's slightly more stratty. With the omission of a tone knob, you're not going to get that many tones from it, but, you know, that's what you've got the EQ on an amp for. I love it. I thought this was going to be my favorite, but it's a close second. But of course, that's not up to me. I want you to tell me which one of the guitars you think should stay on the channel. I'm intrigued to know. Let me know in the comments section. Please leave something down there and have your say. To review Jet guitars as a whole, I think they're now a strong contender in the affordable entry-level guitars and above ranges, because when I first reviewed them years ago, they were brand new, nobody knew who they were still trying things out, and now they seem to have settled into this groove where they're offering recognizable shapes, but they're also playing with them a little bit as well. So if you've found anything here that you like, or you're on the website or somewhere you've seen a Jet guitar, you're going to get a guitar that punches above its weight. However, with these four, they're going to require a little bit of setup, a little bit of work, and some new strings, and you are good to go. Don't even consider changing out pickups or anything like that. It's not necessary. But some attention to detail and some tender loving care will go a long way, and you still get a great guitar for your money. Right, that is it. There are links in the video description if you want more information about any of the things that I've talked about in this video. There's a button there if you want to subscribe to the channel. And of course, as always, leave a like and comment your thoughts down below. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.